welcome back to Cigar Time, your ever so friendly show brought to you at this time on this channel. I guess every Wednesday night.
Every
right?
Wednesday night.
Every Wednesday night.
I'm waiting for someday when it would say Tuesday.
Nah, that changed a long time ago. Now every Wednesday night.
Oh, was that?
That changed last year.
Was that
It
October,
changed
wasn't
last year. It did change last year.
It was October, wasn't
Something like that.
Well, something.
That was last year.
Yeah.
Show
So
up.
hope everybody's recovered from Christmas and New Year's. Welcome to 2019.
And a very happy birthday to Mike.
Yes, Mike's
Today's
birthday,
Mike's birthday.
our producer, director, and general gadabout.
Chief cook and bottle washer.
Cook
Our,
and
our
bottle washer.
comedian.
And king of all media? Oh, that's somebody else's.
Yeah,
No, we can't mention his name.
No.
No, we'll probably have to pay him if we mention his name.
probably.
Yeah, or he'll sue us, one or the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, we can't even say it.
Or both.
Can't even say it. We'd probably get a stern
What-
rebuke if we
Yeah,
said it.
what would he sue us for?
Damn, is my mother
What
here?
would he sue us for, cigars?
A consortiation without remunication.
No, I'm talking about compensation. What would he get?
Uh,
Cigars?
Probably get a nice box of
Quorums?
Garcia Vega.
Stop talking when I. What?
It's he's
getting
getting
freaky,
a
Rob.
hearty
It's starting to
handshake,
get
and I'm
freaky.
As you
sorry.
can see, some people haven't fully recovered from New Year's Eve.
No.
16 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is it we're doing today?
Scott.
What? We're reviewing the.
Tatuaje.
It's a Tatuaje.
Can we
It's
light
the-
it now?
Yes, it's the TAA from 2016.
Oh, just hijack the
2016.
lighter, right?
2016.
But I know the 2018
You just hijack
Right.
it.
just like flew off the shelf.
Yes.
Yeah.
It didn't last a week.
So when we were first invited to join the TAA, and we went to the first meeting, and as I understand, a lot of first timers are, we were a little gun shy. So we only got a couple boxes of the 2018, and I called the rep right after that, and said, "Can we get more?" And he kind of laughed, and I was like, So he sort of remembered that we were looking for them, and in I think November they were moving some stuff around their warehouse, and they found another case of the 2016, which we said. Well, I specifically asked him, well, how many can we get? I said, how many do you have? And he goes, we got plenty. So I'm like, all right, well, give me 50 boxes. And he goes, whoa, hold on, I don't know. So I think we ended up buying everything they had. We got about 48 boxes. So
Yeah, come on.
this is it's a special treat. It is the blend has got a what am I thinking? A Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, and then
Wow.
Nicaraguan
Binder,
binder
and
and filler.
Yeah. First puff, pretty good.
Yeah,
fill. And it's box press.
It is box pressed.
almost a lot of
Tatuajes.
Tatuajes are. Not all. I was gonna say all of them are, but none.
No, not all of them.
Only the good ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, because the ones with the brown label are really good, and they're not box pressed.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah. I'm a huge fan of the Tatuajes. I think it's
For those of you who don't know, Tatuaje in Spanish means tattoo.
yes.
Yep.
I don't know if anybody didn't know that, but I just thought I would add it.
Yeah, and these cigars are, the company is owned by Pete Johnson. I'm sure most of you have heard of that or heard of him. And the cigars are made by my father's cigar company.
Yeah.
And
Oh, well,
Don
see, I didn't know
Pepino,
that.
too.
Oh,
really?
yeah.
I didn't
Really?
know that. I swear I didn't know that one.
Wow.
No wonder they're so good.
Signature Pepin cigar. Pepper.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise.
That's amazing.
That would pet peeve.
Yeah, so these
pepper.
have got 2 years of age on them. And I don't know where else you're going to be able to find these. I mean, we just...
So then this is still an exclusive.
Well, we're the only TAA retailer in
Well-
the entire area.
In
So.
the viewing area.
Right,
Yeah, the viewing.
pretty much. And... Oh, yeah. I guess
Can't
you're right.
smoke today.
Yeah,
So
are.
we have these, and we
Just
thought,
fake
what
it.
the heck, let's
Wanna try.
Scott said he wanted a really good cigar to review.
Yeah, you
So-
did say that.
Here we are.
Okay.
Can we give initial impression?
Yeah, I was gonna
Pepper. That's my initial impression.
Well,
Pepper.
It's a pep and peppery.
But you know what? It's not as strong. Not as full body. It's a lot of pepper, but I don't get any strength from it yet.
Well, they say the strength of it is medium to full.
Yeah.
I find it to be medium. Pleasant, very, very good cigar for the beginning.
I'm
Got a
not
very
getting any
nice
strength
finish.
at all.
What kind of? I'm getting a very.
Yeah.
But I'm getting a
interesting
very.
finish.
Yeah, very sweet finish.
I'm getting a very subtle black pepper. But it's to me, it's
But
not.
not
It's
overwhelming.
not overwhelming.
No.
It's very, very
I'm getting
Muted.
right on my phone.
Oh, I'm
right on the phone
dying.
of my
Yeah,
tongue.
She's
yeah,
dying and you're
right there.
getting
And I'm
black
also,
pepper.
I got a blast of like baking cocoa.
Yeah,
Like
it's the sweet
not
finish.
real. Yeah.
The nice
All
sweet
right,
finish.
so as soon as you get past the initial light up of that in your face, like a firebomb just went off, it does get sweeter. But I'm sick, so I'm coughing and hacking over here, so I can't really enjoy
She's going to see the
this.
psychiatrist today.
I'm sick in the head.
She's not Elizabeth Warren.
God, you believe you said that?
So,
Actually,
Well, let's start. Well, let's go. Well, she already sort of said. So, Moose, why don't you take the second bite of the apple?
Second bite of the apple.
Your
for-
initial impression.
he already gave it.
Good,
You missed
damn good
it.
cigar.
Oh, I was.
I started
He
right
said he
with the
thinks it's
pepper.
medium.
Yeah, it's a medium-bodied cigar to me,
Okay.
but I prefer more fuller cigars. So, but it's still, to this point, very good cigar.
Feels very full to me right now.
And this cigar is actually bigger than the 2018 version.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Well,
It's a
is.
very. I think
It's
the blend is
longer.
the same, but this year's was
It's
a
longer.
yeah. This is a Toro, and the 2018 was a Robusto, I believe.
That was a Robusto?
This is a big Toro too.
This is bigger than a regular
Yeah,
Toro.
big Toro.
Well,
This
then
is
their
at least six
Robusto
and a-
was bigger than a regular
This is
Robusto.
usually 6
too.
1/4, 6 1/2.
Yeah. This is 3/4 of the way to a Churchill.
Yeah.
It's a nice size though.
I'm
And it
done.
makes it smaller because it's box pressed. It doesn't seem
Yeah,
as
it
big.
doesn't seem as big because,
I love
ring
box
gauge.
but it
press.
is. It is a bigger ring gauge.
Can we? Can I get controversial?
Yeah, sure.
Please
Oh,
do.
my God.
Controversial?
Controversial. So last night I'm watching, whatever the heck I'm watching. I think it was something on. I think I may have been watching a movie, and there was a trailer came up for a new TV show, and it's completely about smoking pot and drugs and marijuana.
Where'd you see that at?
I don't want to say. It was on one of the cables,
Okay.
one of the cable stations. So I
Alright.
sit there thinking about it. I'm like, if I'm not mistaken, aren't there like groups who are going crazy about taking cigarettes and any kind of tobacco out of old like black and white movies?
Oh
and,
yeah, of course.
And
What? They're trying to take it out of movies?
they've done it, yeah. And they won't review, they won't air movies that have anything to do with tobacco.
Get
and if there's
out.
Which
tobacco
eliminates
in
about
it.
every movie from the 30s,
I
40s,
know.
Right.
and 50s.
That doesn't even make any sense how you can do that.
So, where are these people? Like, look, if you want to legalize it and it, do what you want to do. But,
Well, a lot of states
but,
have.
But to go from, oh gee, we have to take a cigarette out of a movie from 1940 to here's a whole freaking empire show made on weed.
On tobacco.
It's just
Here's
ridiculous.
the only problem with what you're doing now. You're risking a visit from the PC police,
Yeah, exactly.
What's that?
the political correctness police.
Yeah, people are just going nuts with. I'm telling you, this year, next time I'm on an airplane, probably going to Vegas, I am walking on the plane with a cigar in my mouth, and it won't be lit, and I just want to watch people go absolutely
Oh, they'll go-
bananas.
they'll go
They'll
bananas.
go crazy. I bet you they.
Can you record it so we can see it?
They will make. I bet you the flight attendants will make me take the cigar.
Oh,
out of my-
absolutely. The pilot will come out and tell you you're not allowed to do that, and he has absolute discretion on an airplane. A pilot has 100% discretion,
He's the captain.
So if I,
no matter
if he
whether
doesn't
it's
want me,
legal or
if he
not.
doesn't want me to drink RC cola, he can tell me I can't.
That's
Yes.
correct. He can.
Ain't
He
that
won't.
something,
He
ain't that
won't.
something though?
Because if they serve you RC Cola on the plane, he can't stop you from that. But if you walk on with a cigar hanging out of your mouth, and one of the FAs goes, to the captain and said he's disturbing the other passengers by doing it. That's where they'll get you. They won't get you because the cigar's not lit. You're not blowing smoke anywhere. But they'll get you for disturbing the other passengers. Will be
That's
disturbed.
perfectly fine, and that is my. That's the
Can I
whole
say?
point.
But can
I
I?
know.
But can
Oh,
I
I
say
get it,
something?
I get
That's
it.
the
I
whole
just
point.
seen a video, and it was in the news that this lady was giving her man a pedicure on the plane. And you're telling me that his cigar in his mouth is more disturbing than that?
Yes.
Someone giving a freaking pedicure on a plane?
That's a
Now
little-
that's disgusting.
I've been on planes. I've personally been on a plane where people were painting their nails. I'm like, that's just.
And the smell alone.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
That should be disturbing. I don't.
And if somebody complains,
And did you see how look at that person's feet work? That's the disturbing
That
part.
no, the disturbing part is her touching his feet, and then like you're sitting in a 3-plane seat, so someone else is sitting next to you. That's just disgusting. People are just
It's that and it's
nasty.
inappropriate, but
It is very
But
inappropriate.
yes, I want to walk on with an unlit cigar and just watch the people just go absolutely.
But see, I don't see how that's
crazy.
disturbing anybody.
Well, it's
Oh,
not.
I did that.
It's not,
when-
but for sure you will get a
No,
complaint.
it will disturb. It
Oh,
will
absolutely
disturb
will
people.
disturb.
on my
Oh,
birthday,
for
when
sure.
we had it at the firehouse, I was sitting at the bar with a cigar in my mouth. It wasn't lit. And the bartender first come over and says, I said, I'm not going to light it. I'm just going to chew on it. And she went, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything after that. But they came up and said something to me.
It's nuts. Well, that's like my story. Last
That's
time I was in
crazy.
Amsterdam, one of the days I was there was the last day you could sit out in a coffee shop, sit on the outdoor porch, and you couldn't smoke cigars anymore. You couldn't smoke cigarettes anymore. You couldn't smoke pipes
could
anymore.
smoke all the
or
weed you
You
wanted.
could smoke marijuana. All you want to smoke marijuana is fine. But any combustible tobacco, nope.
I don't get that.
I-
It's just
you
ridiculous.
know-
And that's the
stupid.
Dutch.
Do you know
That's
what they're doing now
ridiculously
in
stupid.
cigarette packs? They have a little pamphlet to tell you exactly what they put in there now. It's a little pamphlet inside.
And you know what?
Yeah.
You know
I can
what?
see that.
I'm okay. That's fine. If you want to educate people,
Yeah.
but what I was discussing, and then with all the federal and then especially state taxes, where you're trying to tax people and I mean inform them. If you don't want people to smoke, and give them real information, I'm okay with that. Put the money behind that.
Make an informed decision.
But yes, but to I never understood how you could tax one thing differently than something else, and we're not talking like a little bit of difference. Like, why should this be taxed any different than a bottle of soda? Well, it's a bad example because we're in Philly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
versus Tide. Why should it be taxed any differently?
That should be taught.
And Tide is toxic.
It
If
could
you
be worse.
ingest
We
it.
could be in California where
Yeah.
Governor Moonbeam, on his last day in
Is that
office.
his really name?
No, it's Jerry Brown. Those of us who are old enough remember
Yep,
the
Governor Moonbeam.
original version of Jerry Brown,
Moonbeam.
and now the second version of Jerry Brown. And as he went out the door on his last day of his 8-year sentence, his 8-year service, he signed 1,000 new regulations. Some of these regulations are beyond anything you could even imagine. They have mandated that, and you know, this is no knock or no sexist comment, but they mandated and regulated into law that by next year, 2020, that any company above a certain size, and it's not that big, that has a board of directors, must have at least one woman on the board.
I like that.
No, but see,
That's wrong.
that's
Why
like
is that
affirmative
wrong?
action. Everybody
Because
thought
affirmative action is the worst thing you can possibly
Yeah.
Not affirmative action.
No.
It is affirmative action.
If you
The
look
woman,
at the
if she's
history-
good enough, would get there on her own merits.
Not really.
No.
nowadays.
Okay, then why not really? If she doesn't deserve to be there, then why is she there?
But pick
Just
someone.
because she's a woman?
Pick someone that deserves to be there, though. Sometimes, just like with the pay grades.
no, but
Pay
here-
grades are different too
No, but-
for women
but,
and
but
men.
here's the problem.
So let's talk about that.
Suppose you have a small board. You're a small company. You have a board of maybe 6 or 7 people, and those 6 and 7 people, you know, run the company, oversee things, and the CEO and the COO and the CFO all report to the board. Typically, the CEO will be on the board. Now, suppose they're running the company very, very well. You now have to get rid of one and put a
Yes.
woman on,
Yeah.
Oh, well, you didn't say
or
all
get
that.
shareholder approval
Well-
to expand the board.
Yeah, and I guess my first reaction was thinking, okay, well, there's 10 people on it, but I'm like, well, wait a minute, there could be 3 or 4 people on a board.
Hey,
All right,
what-
well, we have a board, so I'm on the board now.
Good luck in California.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm just bored.
That's ridiculous.
Well, is it any more ridiculous? And they've also mandated there are certain standards for admittance into state universities that are subsidized by the state that has cut back on the availability and the what am I trying to say? The admissions of Oriental people.
What happened?
Why?
Why?
Why are you saying Oriental?
Because
It's
they felt
Asian.
that there were too many Orientals because
Asian.
Asian, not Oriental.
excuse me, Asians. Oh, my daughter would kill
Where's
me.
the Orient?
Huh?
Where's the Orient?
No, they're Asian.
It's in Asia, right?
Asian.
He's from the old
Yeah,
So
school.
no,
it's the
I'm
same
old
thing.
school.
It's Orient.
You
So-
can't fault
so
him.
they've
He's old school.
mandated that certain amounts of Asians can no longer get into state colleges.
They can't?
No, they can get in, but they have to pay the full thing, even though they qualify higher than non-Asians. In other words, they're excluding a class of people because they're too smart.
That's ridiculous.
Is this in California?
California? Well, of course. Where else would it be?
You mean the People's Republic of
The
California?
People's Republic of California. It wants to split into
No,
three different
socialist,
states.
the socialist
Socialist
republic.
Republic.
I
Republic
think
of
back. I mean,
California.
back
Land
to
of
the
fruits and
board of
nuts.
directors things. I think if companies were smart, they would be diverse enough to do that already. But to have it mandated is ridiculous.
Well,
Yes.
welcome, as he said, to the socialist state of California.
Yeah,
I mean, it's if
They
you-
call it the left coast for a
the
reason.
left coast. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
If it was on this coast, it'd still be the left coast.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That's ridiculous.
It's scary. And of course they want to. They have some of the highest taxes on tobacco.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Taxes, period.
I feel sorry. Yeah, oh, for sure. Oh, well, look what gas costs. You know, gas right now in the Philadelphia metropolitan area
It's like
is around
$2.35.
$2.40 to $2.50.
Yeah, that's
you know,
right.
depending where you're. California, it's over $4.
Really?
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Because you have to have so much clean this, so much menthol, so
That's
much
ridiculous.
that. blah,
Why?
blah, blah, blah.
There's no reason to go there. There's no
Well, the
reason.
climate's
to go
decent.
The
if you
climate,
don't-
so
If
what?
you don't get caught in a wildfire and earthquake.
Or
Or
mudslides.
mudslides.
Or mudslide.
Why are we called the United States of America? We're not united. I don't get why each state is different. Don't understand that.
It has to.
Welcome to the world. This is the
Actually,
world we live in.
that's part of the Constitution. Each state can take care of their own
Yeah.
States
Well, there used to be
And
state,
deal-
exactly, state
states' rights. And then after the Civil War, before the Civil War, it was America.
Yeah.
And then it became the United States of
Right.
America after the Civil War. And after
Civil
that,
War,
that's when everything started
Revolutionary
changing. Civil War.
I heard someone on the radio this morning, a supposed pundit, you know, obviously a very liberal pundit, not, you know, our liberal friends are liberal, but he said Abraham Lincoln was the worst president we've ever had.
What?
That is, that's one of the dumber things I've heard
Well,
recently.
what part of the
Why?
country they come from?
Well,
Especially when there's people named Bush
no,
and Carter
I don't
running
think
around.
he was from the South.
And Obama.
Well, let's not get too political here.
What do you say about Obama?
Nothing.
That's ridiculous.
Let's talk about the origins of Tatuaje, because they've been around now for, it seems like about 10 or 12 years, 15 years maybe?
Kind of snuck
I
up
think
on
it's-
you.
Actually, I think it's 15.
Is it 15 years now?
I
Wow.
think so, because I was
I mean, it
reading.
only seems like yesterday.
It
Yeah.
does
No,
only
but it's
seem
been
like
a while.
yesterday.
It's been a
Well,
while.
But it's like they snuck up on you, though, you know, and you were the first one to really cheerlead for it. I think really to bring them into our stores.
Yeah.
Was I?
I
Yes, you
think
were.
so.
Oh, you,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
you,
they
you,
used
You
to
were,
be.
you
Scott.
led the charge.
They
yeah.
used to be very, very difficult to get,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still. Well, I
They're
guess
still
they're
a
not
bit difficult.
Well, they're not for
I
us.
mean, we have a
anymore
good
because we
relationship. but
Yeah, and we carry a lot of this, a lot of the my father stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, we've got a decent selection of this in certain stores, but it does better in some stores than others.
But they're two different companies.
No, yeah, but there's some.
Yes, but
the
there's
sales rep for my father's at the sales
Yeah.
same sales rep as
Yeah.
for
yes,
Tatuaje.
but Tatuaje is very small, and they see the.
They don't
you
have
know,
a sales force.
yeah,
A
they
big
actually
sales force.
not a
They're
big
just-
one.
they're
They do
just
have
starting out,
they have
I
a
think.
big salesperson.
Person. That's it.
He's
Big,
nice.
in, big in stature or big in physical?
Both.
Oh, okay. Well, Moose, what would you pair up with this? I'm really enjoying this cigar.
He's got a whole.
Yeah, I
theme
actually researched
going
this
on
one.
over here.
Go for it.
The first one, and our cameraman producer will like this.
Gotta be a bourbon.
It's wheat bourbon.
Yeah.
Nice.
The difference between wheat bourbon and regular bourbon
There it
is
is again.
they take the rye
Wheat
out.
bourbon.
Wheat.
Wheat bourbon is a wheat.
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 Oh,
Would
they
you
said
say
weed.
weed?
Oh, they said
Get the
weed.
weed
Don't
out your
listen.
mind.
No,
Get it
no,
out your
no,
head.
no, no. you can do weed
want
with
to
bourbon, but
fun.
it's not in the booze.
You want to
Jesus.
talk a little?
That's all he's
Somebody's
thinking
got
about
weed
is
on the brain.
weed.
Anyway,
Again, the difference between the
bourbon.
the
two.
difference between the two is they take either all the rye out of the whiskey
That
process,
was good, Scott.
or they put a small portion of rye in, and what they took out they replace with the wheat.
Is that plain or seeded rye?
It does sound like you're saying it
Plain.
though.
Plain rye?
It does sound like he's saying it. I
Marble.
don't. You don't hear the T. when
It's
you say
possible.
it.
I could be.
I knew
I
what he-
could have a problem talking to that. I don't
He
know.
knows what he said. He's just being Scott.
The number one suggestion was a Waller Special Reserve. Goes very well with this cigar. And Maker's Mark, which
Right.
is, believe it or not, a wheat.
That's a
Wheat.
wheat bourbon.
Really?
That's a
Yeah.
wheat bourbon.
See how you?
Wheat.
it sounds like
I'm going to make sure I pronounce it correctly.
I
Wheat.
thought I thought you were saying weak.
Well, yeah. Well, bourbons are all weak to me. I drink Jack.
Moose, that's a wheat bourbon?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes.
I did not-
It surprised me too.
I did
All
not
those
know
years you've been drinking, you didn't know.
Yeah,
wheat?
yeah. It's what do they say
Is it with rye?
here? Corn, rye, and malt barley. And it is a wheat beer replacing rye. And they replaced the rye with a red winter wheat.
that. Okay.
As opposed to a green.
Yes,
Yes,
opposed to a
green.
green one. Yeah. They also have a second entry. Their Maker's Mark 46 is also a wheat beer.
That's
Okay.
from the crop of 1946. or
Yeah. It's been sitting around that long. Yeah.
That's older than you.
Yeah. That's two good pairings to go.
nice.
Three good pairings to go
Oh,
with that. Also, they suggest something I've never actually heard of until I looked it up: barley wine. That's one word. It's not two different things. It's actually a beer.
Barley wine is a beer.
Barley wine is a beer. It's been around since the 18th century.
They knew how to
The
party.
1700s.
Huh?
1700.
1700s.
And
Yeah.
they knew how to party.
And the reason why they call it barley wine is because the alcohol content is very high. It's the same as wine, but it's a
Well,
beer.
wine's not real high.
Well, anywhere from 8 to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is that same
Well,
same
beer's a
range.
little less than that, right?
Usually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's some beers out there
Oh,
that,
there's some beers out there.
that
That are out
yeah,
there,
but
yeah.
they do use barley in the process of
But it's not
making
like
this
Southern
beer.
Comfort.
No.
You love Southern Comfort. You
It's
always
good for a
talk
cold.
about it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, can I get some,
You
please?
should chuckle on Southern Comfort.
I think
Cold.
I'm pretty sure when I had sore throat and cold that I'm pretty sure my parents used to give me, it was honey, lemon, and
Whiskey.
whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Southern, that's where I learned about Southern Comfort.
There's another
Burns
form.
So can
cold
somebody
right out
make
of
that for me, please?
There's another form of
Southern
this,
Comfort's
and
actually a
it goes
cordial.
back to the other alcohol. They make
Italian
wheat
alcohol.
wine.
Wheat
They
wine.
they don't use barley. They use wheat instead of making it. It's beer.
I don't think the French.
I think these people are confused.
No, I
don't
looked
you
it
have
up.
grapes
Bass
in it?
makes it. Big English outfit. They Bass Ale.
Right.
They make the stuff.
Huh.
They've been making it since the 1700s.
No kidding.
Wow.
And I even got a picture of the ad they had. They used to put in the paper. But
There you have it.
yeah, those I would suggest with this.
Would absinthe go with this?
No.
Makes it
Only if
like
you had.
Alfondra, I tell you
Wait a
that.
second. Only if you had the worm still.
Oh,
in
you
the
got it.
bottle.
That's the real absinthe.
Yeah, if you got the worm in the bottle, you wouldn't care what the hell you're smoking then.
Do you know what I read? That during medieval times, like they would use torture techniques just because. That's like how they would extract truth out of you, but it wasn't truth. It
We
was.
still do
Yeah, it was,
that today.
it was called the
CIA.
Inquisition.
Where
Isn't
where
that
did that
crazy?
come from?
I don't know.
You were talking about the 1800s. Isn't that medieval times? I don't know.
Not even close.
When is it? The
Yeah.
17?
Oh,
I don't know.
The 11
Like,
teams or
it's like
something.
Really?
You're
It's
about
like from-
1,000 years off.
yeah,
It's like from
really.
10 something to like.
Well, they didn't give any
14.
dates when I was
1400s,
reading it.
It was when Monty Python was real popular.
Yes.
1800s were medieval times.
I don't
Oh my
know. Oh, that was
God.
the Renaissance. I'm confused.
Well, no,
Was-
that's a whole
that was
other
bef-
thing
that was
altogether.
before that.
That
French
was
or Italian Renaissance.
Yeah, you're
No.
a little bit off on that one.
Yeah.
too.
I don't know.
I'm
I
no history major, and I knew that.
don't know. I'm not
Oh
history.
my God.
The reason why they pair these up together is the flavor profile
Hey,
of the
don't
cigar
pay me to learn.
matches well with both.
Okay.
And
Nice.
just to go with what you guys were talking about before, the core flavors is pepper,
Right.
English style tea,
Thank you.
Earl
bitter
Grey or
dark
Pepsi?
chocolate,
You got that.
a sweet coated pastry,
I'm not getting patient.
a rice milk sugar,
That's
which is
nasty.
something they ate in England a lot, so the story
Yeah,
goes,
I'm getting that.
butterscotch,
I'm not getting.
and heavy creamed
not getting
coffee.
I'm getting
That-
coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
but mine's like a light French vanilla cream.
well, okay.
It's not heavy.
What was the second thing you said?
Bitter dark chocolate or the English tea?
The English tea. I'm
Yeah.
getting.
That's
I'm
me.
getting that because it's a very clean. It's a very
Yeah,
clean
very-
smoke.
yeah.
Well, I think
I'm
part of
getting
that's
the tea
because
flavor.
they-
So that's the
they've
core
been around
flavors
for
of
a
the
couple
cigar,
years.
and that's why they suggested these pairings.
Okay.
All right, let's go with our review. Our review.
What we should also mention is, as hard to find that these are and rare, we decided to go with MSRP, which is $12. So we didn't, we
didn't jack it
probably
up.
we could have gotten a premium for these.
I would think,
but,
yeah.
but
we're
they're
nice
$12
guys.
each.
That's not us.
Yeah, that's not what we do.
Art's a wonderful man, and he allowed us to do that.
You do?
So
Say so.
I'm getting.
That's
like
why
a-
you're on the show.
Wait, a second, I gotta go wipe my nose off.
I was about to say, yours is getting a little darker than my skin, okay?
And I did not wear my high boots.
I'm getting kind of a coated pastry and.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Right.
what
You
I said.
better stop. Really? Stop.
Don't forget the butterscotch.
Don't forget the butterscotch. Don't
Yeah.
forget the butterscotch.
Dude, if there was a cigar that had butterscotch, I'd be the first one in
I
line
love
for that
butterscotch.
sucker.
I don't like butterscotch.
Sometimes I don't like. I think scotch.
You get Rob's favorite. He loves cinnamon.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
So.
Although I
um,
just did get a hint of butterscotch
Really?
it's
through the
there.
retro hail.
This is
Retro
complex. This has a lot of different tastes.
Retro
to it.
hail. I actually did.
And now that we've smoked a little bit of it,
No, I get
I
nothing
find
but
the
pastry.
flavor changing
What
a
do you
little
like?
bit.
nothing but pastry.
Shut up.
There was a little bit of pepper on this.
That was
not
in
a
the
lot.
beginning.
Definitely the cocoa and the dark chocolate.
Mhm.
This is easily a 925.
Okay. Moose?
I give it a 9.5
All right.
for obvious reasons. It's a great cigar, and you get all those complex flavors going on, and it gives you something to, ooh, what's it going to taste like when I get another quarter-inch down?
Yeah.
It's kind of changing as it goes.
And I'm not even factoring that with the rarity of the cigar.
Oh, forget that. The
Yeah,
cigar
okay.
does stay in the room.
I can't be partial. I mean, or I
You don't
can't.
like
You're
it?
not feeling
I'm
it.
not feeling well, so it's really doing some crazy stuff in my
So
mouth.
just go with us. It's a
Don't worry
9.5.
about it.
Yeah,
I,
I can't rate today.
Okay.
I agree. I get the chocolate, the sweet taste. The pepper is backed off big time once you get into the cigar.
That I will agree with.
It does back off. It's actually really smooth, too. I think it's very clean tasting. I do get the tea, and I do
Thank you.
somewhat get the butterscotch through the retro hail. I do get that. I give this a 9.3.
Oh,
What are you trying to average it out or something?
No, I wanted to get it over Scott's.
Oh, is this price is right?
I guess it's me.
It's up to
Proud of
you now.
yourself, aren't you? You're happy?
Kind of.
He's so pleased with himself.
Well, I agree. The
just can't agree
pepper,
on
the
the
pepper has backed off considerably. Although they're even down to the last, it's still a little peppery. I'm getting the dark cocoa. I'm getting a nice sweet finish on it, which I love in a cigar. I smoke cigars that have cost twice as much as this cigar, and this is better.
Price doesn't matter.
It's
Yeah,
really
price
good.
doesn't matter, but price is a consideration.
It is.
And this is not really much above what we call the sweet spot.
No, not at all.
No,
Not
at all
nowadays.
anymore. I give this a 9.5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great cigar. and
So
the
it's in the
price-
nines.
Yeah, it's well in the 9. So don't forget to watch our Saturday show,
Yeah.
8 o'clock Saturday night, and enjoy the new year. and
Smoke
we'll see
Happy
sweet,
New Year.
everybody.
Bye-bye
Ciao,
for
ciao.
now.